Hello and welcome back to Viral News Headquarters. Please like and subscribe. Time to get into it. The assassination of President John F. Kennedy on November 22, 1963, remains one of the most shocking and consequential events in American history. The assassination, which took place in broad daylight in Dallas, Texas, sent shockwaves across the nation and the world. The official investigation, led by the Warren Commission, concluded that Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone in killing the president. However, the circumstances surrounding the assassination, the speed of Oswald's own demise at the hands of Jack Ruby, and lingering questions about potential conspiracies have fueled public intrigue and debate for decades. The assassination of President Kennedy left an indelible mark on the American psyche. It shattered a sense of innocence and ushered in an era of profound uncertainty. The event has been the subject of countless books, documentaries and films, each attempting to unravel the mysteries and provide definitive answers. Despite these efforts, the assassination continues to be a source of fascination and speculation. The release of thousands of previously classified documents related to the assassination in 2025 has reignited public interest in the case. These documents, held secret for decades, offer a glimpse into the inner workings of the government's investigation and the events surrounding that fateful day in Dallas. While the release of these files may not definitively solve all the mysteries surrounding the assassination, they represent an important step towards greater transparency and a deeper understanding of this pivotal moment in American history. On March 18, 2025, the United States government released a trove of previously classified documents related to the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. This monumental event was eagerly anticipated by historians, conspiracy theorists, and the general public, all of whom have long been fascinated by the mysteries surrounding JFK's tragic death. The release, which totaled approximately 80,000 pages of material, marked a significant development in the ongoing effort to shed light on the events of November 22, 1963. These documents, long held under lock and key, were now available for public scrutiny, offering a potential treasure trove of information. The documents, held in the National Archives, include a wide range of materials such as FBI and CIA reports, witness testimonies, and internal government communications. Each piece of paper could hold a clue, a new perspective, or even a revelation that might change our understanding of that fateful day. The release of the JFK Files was met with intense interest from historians, researchers, and members of the public alike. Press conferences were held, and news outlets around the world reported on the contents of the files, each trying to uncover the most significant findings. Many hoped that the documents would provide new insights into the assassination and potentially answer some of the lingering questions surrounding the event. Theories about multiple shooters, government involvement, and other conspiracies were once again brought to the forefront of public discourse. The release also sparked renewed debate about the official narrative of the assassination, with some believing that the documents could contain evidence of a cover-up. Heated discussions erupted in news studios and online forums as people pored over the newly available information. The National Archives, the custodian of these sensitive documents, made the files available to the public through its website. This digital release was a significant step towards transparency, allowing anyone with internet access to delve into the historical records. This digital release allowed for unprecedented access to these historical materials, enabling researchers and citizens across the globe to examine the documents and draw their own conclusions. The global reach of the internet meant that the impact of the release was felt far and wide. The sheer volume of material ensured that the analysis and interpretation of the files would be an ongoing process, potentially spanning years. Scholars and amateur historians alike began the painstaking task of sifting through the pages, hoping to piece together a clearer picture of the past. This release, however, was not without its limitations. Despite the excitement and the wealth of information, there were still gaps and unanswered questions. Despite the promise of transparency, some documents remained redacted, with certain information withheld for reasons of national security or to protect the privacy of individuals. These redactions left some researchers feeling frustrated and skeptical about the completeness of the release. The redactions, while understandable in some cases, fueled frustration among those seeking a complete and unvarnished account of the events surrounding the assassination. The quest for truth continues as the world sifts through the newly released files, hoping to uncover the secrets that have been hidden for so long. The release of the JFK Assassination Files in 2025 was the culmination of a long and winding road, marked by previous attempts at disclosure, postponements, and continued secrecy. The journey to this point was fraught with political maneuvering, public outcry, and a persistent demand for the truth. Over the decades, various administrations grappled with the sensitive nature of these documents, weighing the public's right to know against national security concerns. The decision to release the files can be attributed in part to former President Donald Trump, who during his presidency pledged to make the documents public. His commitment to transparency on this issue was seen as a bold move, one that set him apart from his predecessors who had opted for caution and delay. Trump's promise, made during his 2016 presidential campaign and reiterated throughout his time in office, resonated with those who believed that the government had not been entirely forthcoming about the assassination. His supporters saw this as a step towards greater accountability and a break from the opaque practices of the past. In January 2025, shortly before leaving office, President Trump signed an executive order instructing the declassification and release of the remaining JFK assassination files. This executive order was a significant moment, reflecting his administration's stance on transparency and the public's right to historical information. The order stipulated that the Director of National Intelligence, DNI, and the Attorney General submit a plan for the release of the documents. This plan was to ensure that the process was thorough and that all necessary precautions were taken to protect sensitive information. Trump's order, while welcomed by proponents of transparency, also acknowledged the need to protect certain information for national security purposes, leaving the door open for potential redactions. This balance between transparency and security was a delicate one, requiring careful consideration and judgment. The release of the files was overseen by then DNI Tulsi Gabbard, who in a statement emphasized the importance of transparency and accountability. Gabbard's role was crucial in navigating the complexities of the declassification process and ensuring that the public's trust was maintained. Gabbard stated that the release marked a new era of maximum transparency regarding the JFK assassination. She highlighted that this move was not just about revealing historical facts, but also about reinforcing the principles of open government. She acknowledged that certain documents, such as those under court seal, grand jury secrecy, or subject to specific provisions of the Internal Revenue Code, would require further review before they could be released. This careful approach ensured that legal and privacy concerns were adequately addressed. The release of the JFK files under the Trump administration reflected a broader trend towards greater government transparency and accountability. This trend was part of a larger movement advocating for the public's right to access information and hold their leaders accountable. The decision to make these documents public, while potentially controversial, signaled a willingness to engage with the public and confront the shadows of the past. It was a step towards healing and understanding, allowing the nation to come to terms with one of its most traumatic events. The release also served as a reminder of the importance of open government and the public's right to access information. It underscored the belief that a transparent government is essential for a healthy democracy, fostering trust and informed citizenship. The 80,000 pages of JFK assassination files released in 2025 represent a massive collection of historical data. This monumental release has been eagerly anticipated by scholars, researchers, and the general public alike, all hoping to uncover new insights and perhaps even some long-sought answers. The sheer volume of material presented a daunting task for researchers and historians seeking to sift through the documents and extract meaningful insights. Each page could potentially hold a piece of the puzzle, making the process both exciting and overwhelming. The files encompass a wide range of materials, including FBI and CIA reports, witness testimonies, internal government memos, and presidential correspondence. These documents span several years and provide a comprehensive view of the investigation. The documents provide a glimpse into the inner workings of the government's investigation into the assassination. They reveal the meticulous efforts taken to piece together the events leading up to and following that fateful day in November 1963. They offer insights into the methods used by investigators, the challenges they faced, and the conclusions they reached. The files also highlight the various theories and leads that were pursued, some of which have been subjects of speculation for decades. The files also shed light on the political climate of the time and the anxieties that gripped the nation in the aftermath of the assassination. The documents capture the tension and uncertainty that permeated the era, reflecting the broader societal impact of the event. Researchers and historians approached the newly released files with a mix of excitement and caution. The potential for groundbreaking discoveries was tempered by the understanding that the documents might not provide definitive answers to all the questions surrounding the assassination. The potential for new discoveries was tempered by the realization that the documents might not provide definitive answers to all the questions surrounding the assassination. The complexity and volume of the files meant that careful, methodical analysis was required. The sheer volume of material meant that it would take years, if not decades, to fully analyze and interpret the files. Each document needed to be meticulously reviewed, cross-referenced, and contextualized within the broader historical narrative. The release of the files in digital format facilitated wider access and enabled researchers to employ sophisticated search tools to navigate the vast collection. This technological advancement has revolutionized the way historical research is conducted. The National Archives website provided a searchable database of the documents, allowing users to search by keyword, date, and other criteria. This user-friendly interface has made it easier for both professional researchers and amateur historians to delve into the files. The digitization of the files marked a significant step forward in making these historical materials accessible to a wider audience. It has democratized access to information, allowing anyone with an internet connection to explore the rich tapestry of history contained within these documents. Thank you for watching. See you next time.